What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Jake Shavink here, and the momentum is building for Packers rookie linebacker Edgerrin Cooper. He is the 11th highest graded rookie through 6 weeks per PFF, and per Next Gen Stats has 11 stops, 3 pressures, and a sack and a half on 11 pass rush reps, and has allowed just a 71 passer rating in coverage. So we're going to dive into the film, albeit a little bit limited based on his snap counts of Edgerrin Cooper through 6 weeks, and see how it's going, see what needs to improve, and ultimately, decide, should he be getting more snaps? So let's get to the film. All right, guys, here we go into the film. I'm taking a look at Edgerrin Cooper. Start with some stuff in run defense here. A little QB keeper for Jalen Hurts. And although Cooper loses leverage early to the inside, Eagles are trying to create this massive gap here for Hurts to run through. You see the strength, good extension here to kind of sit and leverage, and then kind of what he does really well is collapses the gap. And what that does is completely shut the avenue for Jalen Hurts to run. Really nice job there in terms of recovery. Here, a really nice job getting downhill in a hurry. Barkley's trying to win to the outside here. That's the goal of this block, is to seal this defender. Cooper is free. Good job keep staying tight to the line and tripping up Barkley there for no gain. And again, once he sees it on plays like this, right, as soon as he sees it, does a really nice job flying downhill to attack. And yes, he can be a little bit faster on those, but it's definitely difficult for rookie linebackers with all the play action stuff in the RPO game that has really made itself a staple in the league. You got to trust your eyes, and some of that hesitancy will, I think, kind of get out of his game with more reps. So here against Tennessee, really good job again reading the running back. Is he going to push this to the outside? No, he isn't. Good change of direction, funnel into the gap, and stop that run quickly. Here, again, I don't know if he's supposed to be inside here, but what he does a really nice job of is basically beating this offensive lineman to a spot. And Jones is looking to cut this back, but two guys are in place. So Cooper's in a really good position there with that speed and acceleration downhill to be in position to make a play like that against Aaron Jones. Same thing here where he's getting to his gap and essentially, again, just finding an avenue to fly to the ball and make plays, which is what you want to see from Cooper. Here, really nice job. Recognition skills of, okay, Benson's going to cut this back. I'm right there to make a play. I'm not going to give him a yard. And another really nice job here from Cooper is you want to see more of this, right? You don't want to see guys trying to run around blocks and get out of their gap. So the ability to kind of hold his ground here is really nice because Connor has to kind of hesitate, and it allows the defensive lineman to defeat their blocks. Now, should have been a tackle here, but, we're focused on Edgerrin Cooper right now. And so another one here where Cooper does a really nice job. This ability to sit and leverage and play with good pad level on an offensive lineman is what you want to see. And he keeps himself free to tackle the running back should the running back come into his space, and does so there. And here, after a late retreat, just, again, a good job kind of dipping underneath contact there at the second level to be able to make a play on the running back. So now how about some coverage stuff for Edgerrin Cooper? Again, reading out play action. And that's something you have to get used to with the linebackers is with this play action, right, under center run, you have to get into your gap. So there's going to be an element of flowing downhill. Now it's just, okay, recover, get to your spot in coverage. Cooper's right in the hip pocket of the tight end. No problem at all. Here again, furthest away from the ball in this play, so need to be able to sink into coverage here. Does a nice job closing the window, and then what do we want to do? We want to rally to the football, and does a nice job there as a tackler. Now here it looks like a mesh call for Minnesota, and Cooper's responsibility is the running back wheel route. Again, with his speed, it's just not going to be a problem for him with a lot of these in terms of man coverage. As long as he can weave through traffic, he's going to be able to get to plays like that. Now here, play action again, and clearly Cooper here does a nice job opening up to the strong side of the play, right? You have 3 receivers over here. And a good job recognizing, okay, who do I need to run with up the seam? Tight end, got it, perfect. Now it's a really nice play call by McVay, but Cooper takes care of his assignment. Now here's a really good one where you can tell that Walker is kind of running the seam here. And what he does a nice job of is, okay, Cooper is recognizing the pass off that's happening here. And he knows, okay, now I need to run with Atwell on this play. So just really, really good recognition skills and clear communication between these two of like, okay, that's your guy now once he crosses this half of the field. Now Cooper's in the A gap here showing pressure against the Cardinals. And what you're going to get is a late rotation into Tampa 2 where he needs to run the seam. And he's in a perfect position to do so. No issues here. Perfect coverage. And a little shout out to Javon Bullard playing the high-low really well on a play like this as well. So the rookies, but obviously more specifically for this video, Cooper doing his job. Again, good recognition, play action, sinking into coverage, but then clearly see Stafford throwing this underneath. Quick change of direction, fly downhill, make the tackle. And you see that from Cooper in coverage a lot where he's in space and he's closing space quickly and limiting yards after the catch. On several occasions, you're going to see him all here, especially to these checkdowns, right, late in the play where Murray's like, okay, I need to find the checkdown. And as the ball arrives, Cooper is there to make the tackle, right? He does a really good job with that. Contact in the stem here, play the disruption game. Really like to see that. And then fly back downhill to make a play on the checkdown. Again, it feels like a broken record, but again, sink into coverage, find the check down, and attack. And that's what he does there. Very, very nice. Now, as a blitzer, he's been really, really effective, and credit to Hafley and the defensive staff for getting him into these positions to make plays. Here, blitzing off the edge, essentially, but great awareness to get the hand up on this quick hitter and deflect the pass. Again, here against the Titans is a nice one where, again, this is just dialed up really well based on how guys are aligned. There's just no way for all these guys to handle this pressure. But again, Cooper does a really nice job. He can maintain the speed on different passes. It doesn't have to be on a straight line. And he just weaves through traffic super well. And that's something he did well in college, is weave through traffic. And he gets into the backfield there and makes a play. Really, really nice. And then, of course, this little stunt, be able to come around, around to the edge on the stunt, make sure he's outside. That's really, really important that I think, might get lost in this play, is if he doesn't stay to the outside and contain on this blitz, Stafford's able to get outside the pocket and make a throw. But because he stays to the outside, Stafford forces back inside. Even if Cooper didn't make this play, which he does, there's a chance that one of these guys could have helped him out. And that's what, playing with control even at that speed, maintaining leverage and contain is so, so important. And here, last play of the game, you probably saw this in the Evan Williams video about what he did in coverage, but Cooper's also in the lap of Matt Stafford as he makes this throw. So again, just that speed is honestly a little overwhelming. And when, other things click, it's going to be a problem. Now here, just a really nice hustle play, right? You love to see that from defenders. You really, really do. Now, there's a few things, I think, especially in the run game, where you want to see improvements. And I think it will come, with more snaps, of course. But here's a great example against the Colts where this is your outside leverage. You need to hold it, right? You need to hold this. And I know that you're looking at a potential of Taylor running through this alley if he doesn't try to make a play. But it's easier to look at this and go, yeah, you need to favor outside no matter what. There will be guys rallying from the middle of the field if you turn Taylor back inside. What you can't do is leave the responsibility and allow a running back like Taylor to gain the corner. That is something we can't see. And here I think is a really nice example of there's a little bit of hesitation where he's like, okay, I kind of want to change direction and kind of jump inside to make this play. When in reality, if he stays to the outside shoulder of this offensive lineman, he gives himself a great position to either get off the block and make a play or turn this run back inside, which he unfortunately doesn't do. But Ken, impressive recovery ability there, and again, showing off that speed. Another example here again, but this is what's difficult about playing linebacker, right? Could this be play action? Sure, it could. It's possible. So he's reading that out, but you see a little bit of that hesitation, right? Where you'd like to see him get downhill a little bit quicker on a few plays, not just that one against the Vikings, but on a few occasions so far. And I think here, just on the last rep, is a really nice example of like we showed you that he can sit and leverage sometimes, but he doesn't do it all the time. And if you look at a lot of these guys on the defensive line here, Quay Walker at least is trying to play with pad level. He's trying to engage. He's trying to sit down. You see Preston doing the same thing. Look at what Cooper's doing at contact. This is something we don't want to see. We want to see you playing under control, not trying to get around blocks as much. You really like to be able to sit a little bit more to get in position to make a play or at least maintain the integrity of your leverage. The good news is there's a lot to like, right, with Edgerrin Cooper. The speed gives you such an advantage in pressure looks as a blitzer, right? He can cover a lot of ground in coverage, right? Those instincts are slowly developing as well. Good tackler, right? And obviously the change of direction, closing speed, all of that baked in is a really nice set of traits to have, and that's why Green Bay picked Cooper in the second round. But to be on the field and be kind of in control of this defense, which I think a lot of people have high expectations for Cooper, you have to see him be more disciplined against the run. And I think that will come. And honestly, I think at this point, Edgerrin Cooper definitely needs to see more snaps. You saw the elevated number of snaps in the Arizona game, and he's making plays. More reps out there is going to be helpful for him, especially when the Packers need it at linebacker. So hopefully Edgerrin Cooper continues to see that bump in snaps going forward. So hope you guys enjoyed this video on Edgerrin Cooper. If you did, throw a like down there. Subscribe if you're new. Plenty more content on the way very, very soon. I will catch you guys in the next video. Farewell.